Steve, have you spent today wondering where the Toronto Maple Leafs are?
Yes.
Have you been yelling, Brad?
Brad! Yes.
Well, we have a Toronto Maple Leafs trade.
Oh my goodness. I don't know what it is, and this is my reaction to it.
You actually don't. He doesn't know.
I legitimately have no idea. So, Adam, can you do the read, and then we'll figure it out?
Steve will lose sleep after this one. Are you ready? Sleep breakthrough from Buy Optimizer. Listen, if you're struggling with your sleep, worried about a potential first-round matchup with the Boston Bruins, you should try this, because here's the deal. It's a natural formula. It gets you to the melatonin and to the REM sleep rather than you skipping a whole bunch of steps going full melatonin with the vitamin ball. I've got to do the melatonin. No, you don't have to do that anymore. And all you have to do is go to buyoptimizers.com/dangle. Use that promo code dangle. Get 10% off. The trade is...
Read it to me in full, Daddy.
Leafs send a fourth in 2026 to the Minnesota Wild.
Okay.
For a center.
A center. Who could it be?
Connor Dewar. Over to you.
Connor Dewar! Brad! Dude, that's the move? That's the move. We don't trust Max Domi, so that's the move. Let me look this up. Because I need to get his stats on the season, because I'm so excited. I'm so happy that they're paying David Kampf $2.5 million for what? For what exactly? What are they going out and getting another center for? You're spending $11 million on John Tavares. Yes, he's been battling injuries, but he hasn't pulled his weight. Austin Matthews has more than pulled his weight. He's on the best goal-scoring pace in Toronto Maple Leafs history. Max Domi has filled in admirably at times, unless they play a really good opponent. Then he just turns into sort of a goon. Here it is right here. Adam pulled it up for me. This is from Nick D'Souza. He's a Leafs Twitter account that I do like to follow. Oh boy, let me put on my glasses. Connor Dewar, cost-controlled 24-year-old pending RFA. All right, we like that. I'm reminding myself, I'm having a hard time because I'm looking at this in terms of how do they win a cup this year. That's not necessarily how you look at a deal, although I would like them to win the cup this year. You got to look at it. What did they pay? A 26 fourth-round pick. So it's a fourth-round pick 3 drafts from now. Connor Dewar, cost-controlled 24-year-old pending RFA, very used to getting defensive zone starts. I freaking thought that was what David Kampf was for. Has spent a ton of time on the mini PK. Again, not a big guy by any means. Ooh, Brad, switching it up on us, but throws a ton of hits and doesn't shy away from scrums after the whistle. So, listen, this does sound like a player the Leafs could use. He's got 10 goals on the season in 57 games. It's depth. For the bargain bin price that teams were paying today, I'm a little surprised that it cost as much as a fourth, but the fact that he's so young and a pending RFA, I'm sure was a big factor in all that. Boy. The Leafs spent 5 draft picks. No, they didn't. They spent 6 draft picks this trade deadline. And what did they get? They got Ilya Lyubushkin for a 3rd and a 6th. They got Joel Edmondson for a 3rd and a 5th. They got Cade Weber, who everyone forgets about, who is probably not even going to play for the Leafs this year. In fact, I would say very likely, even though he's huge, he's currently playing university hockey, hasn't signed a contract yet, and has a deadline of August 15th to do it. And now they give up one for Connor Dewar. Big ol' so what are we doing, guys? Let me ask you this. You're disappointed right now because the Leafs didn't go out and get Colton Parayko. Here's a lesson in media literacy. Who told you that? Who told you that was coming? Who told you that was the guy? He shoots right-handed. Just because it makes sense to get him doesn't mean that was ever in the works ever. No one ever told you it was in the works. It got to the point where I wanted him too. I mean, I guess at very least they didn't spend that first round pick. I guess what I'm ranting about right now is not this trade. This trade is fine. This trade is actually tidy work. I don't mind it. Even if he doesn't work out, 4th round pick. I'm trying to figure out where the hell he plays. Noah Gregor very clearly isn't it. I guess they're under the impression that Pontus Holmberg isn't it. Like, is he so bad that he was worth spending a 4th to get this guy over? Brad Treliving is going to do a ton of tinkering this offseason. And I think the frustration with this fan base and the frustration you're hearing from me is it's March. Next month will be April. And after that, May and June. And I would love for the Leafs to play games there. And I want to see them win a Stanley Cup. They didn't get the big, sexy name. They didn't do very well against Boston yesterday. Well, it was on the second half of a back-to-back. They didn't do very well earlier in the week, but it wasn't on home ice. So I want them badly to have a good playoff, and Connor Dewar might help them in this playoff. But you can't tell me that's not an underwhelming trade deadline. We'll talk about that more here on SDPN. We're going to do some recaps here. Do we have some other trades to go through that we haven't even touched yet? Probably.
Yeah, New York, I think.
New York. Okay. So for now, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends that this trade in a vacuum, Brad in general, Brad